Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Spill Your Sauce. Today we have a multi-platinum producer whose credits range from Trippie Redd, Lil Tecca, Tory Lanez, A Boogie, The Baby, Biggie, and Belly. How are you doing today,
Hey,
Lou?
my boy, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good too, man. Um, it's a pleasure to have you on. We really appreciate you joining us today on the platform. Spilling
Hey,
your
I'm
sauce.
stoked to be here. Like, big fan of what you're doing.
Oh yeah, man. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I know everyone's wondering about your story and how you became a producer. Can you just tell us about, that whole journey and how you got into music production and how you got to where you are today?
I think my story is like a little bit weird because I started at 15 or something, but then only made my Instagram page as a producer when I was 27, because it always felt like such a far-fetched dream to be like a professional music producer, especially from Germany. And once I saw those guys at like OZ and Q Beats, who are like Swiss and German, I felt like sort of discouraged to just sort of encouraged to just fuck around, try it out. Made an Instagram page, and I think from that on, I just got like super immersed in the whole culture, and I got into the Kingsway shit. I saw people like Mario Luciano or God Bless Eli.
Yep. So I'm just gonna stop you there. Before you tell us about the whole journey of after the Instagram, tell us about how you became a producer. When you were 15 and how that
And
all came.
that was just I was in an indie band, and I just got Logic to send demos back and forth with the boys,
Okay.
and then I just figured out, hey, you can add drums in here. And then it just sort of escalated. I was like, okay, you can add drums, and oh, you can make your drums sound nice. And yeah, I think one of the main reasons I got into production was the ASAP Rocky, the first that had like pesos on there.
Okay.
That mixtape was so crazy that I was like, I already like knew some things in Logic, how to make add drums and shit, but like that mixtape for sure was like something where I was like, man, I want to try it out. I want to be able to make that kind of music as well.
Okay.
So yeah, just like from an indie band, and then just like discovering ASAP Rocky. I think that's the shortest summary, I guess.
Got it. That makes sense, man. And then from there, you said you basically, you saw that other people from your like area were also doing it on a very high level successfully, and they kind of inspired you. You saw the whole Kingsway platform, Mario Luciano, and that's when you started, getting into samples, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Because like it always felt like there's no way for like a normal person who's not in LA to get into really nice music production, I guess. But then I saw like everyday guys, normal people from my area, normal people who didn't were like really lit online,
Yep.
really fancy online, just making like really quality records. So yeah, I think like yeah, just seeing normal people passionate about music, getting these big cuts.
Okay. And through samples, right? That's what you were kind of seeing.
Yeah, for sure.
God bless Eli. That's one of the homies as well, who's
Yeah,
done some really great things through sample making.
yeah, for sure. Also, I felt like that was like such a refreshing niche to go in there, because I always like the musical side a little bit more than the beat side, and I
Yeah.
still do, So I felt like, man, this is really the way where I can, focus on the stuff that I'm passionate about.
Okay, that makes sense. You're just like, okay, this is a way for me not to make trap beats and do everything else. I can just make music and people can sample it like they sample any music.
Yeah, for sure. Like everything about it just made sense, like I had like people to look up to. I loved the stuff that they were doing, and all of the stuff that sort of like a perfect storm. All of the puzzle pieces just fell into place. So yeah.
And from seeing all those influences, like the Kingsway and the Mario Luciano, God bless Eli, how'd you get from that point to actually, getting on Kingsway and, getting all the placements and creating a name for yourself from that point?
Definitely, like I think like the most valuable thing that people can do is just like really immerse themselves in the cultures and see like what are people posting about, who is like the who are they talking to type shit. And then I just saw like, everyone's on Drum Broker, and I was like, okay, maybe I have to get into Drum Broker.
Okay.
And oh yeah, that was like such a weird coincidence, because Oscar Zulu, my boy, hit me up. We were just talking about making a sample pack. And then on some, fucking universe's timing shit, Oscar Zulu's Kingsway pack dropped, like a month before we finished ours. And then he was on Kingsway on he was on Kingsway on Drum Broker. And then we just hit up Drum Broker and was like, yo, we made this shared pack on Drum Broker, just a shared pack. Can we put it on your side? Because like it's with Oscar, who's on Kingsway. And through like the Kingsway layup, just like a month prior, we got into the Drum Broker circle. And once you're on the Drum Broker circle, everyone is sort of like respecting you on a different level. And then we just kept, putting out packs on there. And I also was like in a group chat with like a lot of Drum Broker guys. And I was just like on some, casual shit, just saying, hey, you know what? I would love a Kingsway pack. They're just my favorites in the world. And I think Illnight just hit me up like 2 minutes later and was like, yo, I can, supply the layup if you send me like a quality pack. So I finished the pack with my boy Candy Child. We just sent it to Illnight. He passed it on to the Kingsway people and they reached out. So, it's like a lot of really lucky, happy little accidents, right place, right time moments, and just, having the right people around you.
Yep. And the universe timing, like you said. And the universe timing, like you said, 100%, I believe in that too. You were inspired by a certain group of people. You had a vision to do something special, and it all came to you basically. The next thing I wanted to get to was the records. I know everyone's really curious. Can we talk about how the record So Stressed with Trippie Redd came about?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think like what's really nice and like what a lot of young producers are kind of hoping is definitely true. Like everything is getting like a lot easier if you have like one big song, because like people just respond to your DMs and emails if they see you have like proof of concept, or like one big song, and take you more seriously. And at that stage, I already had like a couple of songs, so it was easier to hit up producers. And yeah, we definitely like wanted to get on that Trippie record. It was like Oscar and I, we were talking about the record, and we were like, man, we definitely want to get on that Trippie record. And then we just started, watching his stories and, kind of saw what kind of samples and vibes he recorded on, because he would do a lot of stories from the studio. And then we were, figuring out the sound that he was going for right now, like in the moment.
Oh, wow. Very smart.
And yeah, so yeah, you just got to stay on top of things, if you want to, know what an artist is into right now. Just try to, get in, because sometimes there's, studio footage of them in the studio from like a day ago, or some of them are on Twitch and shit. So yeah, we sort of watch his stories, figured out the sound, made some samples, and then we figured out like all of the producers he tagged in those stories. So he was working closely with like 3-4 guys.
Yeah.
So we were basically sending the stuff that he was picking right now to the people he was working with right now, and we ended up getting on that project. So yeah, it was definitely like intentional.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of placements, it's just like you send out a bunch of shit to like a bunch of people, just hoping for the best. But with this one, we were like very, very strategic and got lucky.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people can learn from that. You weren't necessarily in that camp, or you didn't have anybody in the camp specifically asking you for anything. It was like, okay, I need to get on this project. I would like to work with this artist. I'm going to see what vibes he's on with the music. Send it up to the producers I see him working with. No brainer. I think that's a great strategy. I think, like I said, a lot of people apply the same.
And I think also, like, if you can communicate in your DMs, the value you bring. And we were like, hey, we noticed he's picking a lot of guitar melodies, like dark guitar melodies. Here's a pack of dark guitar melodies, because these producers who are in the studio with Trippie, they also want to get songs with Trippie. They also want to get as many songs on that record as possible.
Yeah.
So if you can supply them with stuff that they know is useful to them,
Exactly.
it's like a win-win situation. Yeah, if you just can like frame it in a way that makes sense for those people,
Yeah.
it's like such a, you know, nice synergy going on.
For sure. If you can give them, like you said, exactly what they're looking for, they at that point they need you as much as you need them. So
Yeah.
100% agree with
And yeah, from my own experience, like when I'm, you know, working with like people on, you know, productions and beats, you know, for artists, and like someone hits me up and it's like, yo, I have like this pack with this specific sound. It's so nice if it's, you know, it's really useful if people don't hit you on some, you know, random, here's like 12 all over the place samples, but just like hyper focused stuff that's really useful to you right now.
Yeah.
It's always like such a handy way, you know, to work with people.
100%. A lot of producers have, you know, million requests, a million DMs, you know, hey, can I send you stuff? Hey, what's your email? But if you can give them exactly what they need and tell them, hey, like, I know you're looking for dark guitar loops. That's what I have for you. You know, I'm sure they're going to be more than happy to reach back out and work with you.
Yeah,
more
for
specific
sure.
and thoughtful than just, hey, let me send you loops.
Yeah, for sure. Like the more precisely you can formulate your value add, you know, the more likely it is for people to fuck with you, I guess.
100%. I love it, man. I think everybody can take notes from that. Next thing I wanted to ask you about was the baby record. I know that was a special one as well. The Levels record. Can you tell us how that one came about, please?
For sure. That one was sort of like a woozy. I was working a lot with That's Right, my man, at the time, and he always had the policy of, you know, don't throw away shit. You know, no matter how stupid you feel, one man's trash is another man's come up. And yeah, we were like, or I wasn't like really feeling the idea. I really didn't like it at all. But yeah, he just told us, send me everything, you know, if I like it, I can add to it. If it's trash, you know, but like, don't, you know, let me or like everyone else make the judgment call, because we're so into our own creations. It's really hard to judge them objectively.
It's true.
And I didn't really like it that much at first, send it anyways. And he was like, yo, that's kind of fire, actually. And then he just flipped it, passed it on to Cash Money AP, I think, produced the beat. Then I just got word that they recorded onto the song, and didn't hear anything for like 8 months. And I sort of gave up hope. And then just, I don't know, like a week before release, they hit us up for like paperwork.
Classic.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really one of those samples where I didn't feel like, you know, it's going places. Because like sometimes you have those samples where like, man, I'm the shit. This is like the best creation ever.
Yeah.
But that one was just like, I don't know, maybe. And you know, sometimes those ideas, you know, end up sparking something in other people.
100%. Everyone on the Twitch right now, everyone that's tuned in, make sure anything you have that, you know, you might not like the most, or something that might be a simple loop, make sure you send it out. You never know. You got to let everybody else make that judgment call.
Yeah.
Lou didn't think that was going to become anything. It was just a little guitar loop he didn't care about, and look, it became a baby record, you know. So
yeah,
can't sleep on those simple loops that, you know,
and also
your favorite.
Also, like maybe for like the younger producers in there, because I feel like it's such a sickness for like younger producers, is they always want to flex on other people.
Yep.
And yeah, and make like music to impress other producers, when those are really not the people who, you know, you should be thinking about when making music, I guess. And that sample was like a 2-track sample. It's literally just the guitar chords and the melody on top. There's no texture loops, there's no additional sounds, there's no audio finessing going on.
No processing either, nothing crazy at all.
No, it's really just like Waves GTR.
Okay.
It's like a pedal board emulation, you know, maybe like a slight distortion, some, I don't know, chorus overdrive, just to get it like a somewhat of a guitar sound, you know, stuff that you would get if you played it through an amp. But no crazy sound design at all. And then just on the melody, I think it's just a distortion and maybe like a little bit of reverb. So yeah, that entire sample maybe took like 10, 15 minutes. So yeah, it's really like, and it's maybe one of my biggest songs, and it's also one of the samples, you know, that took maybe the shortest. Because like sometimes I work on samples for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I get into this mode where it's exactly what I was talking about. It's you try to impress other producers, and you're like, what if I add this crazy perk that sounds like a bird now because I, you know, ran it through like a D reverb, and then, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the simple shit is really stuff that really sparks, you know, or like resonates with people.
100%, 100%. And when you said that it took you 15 minutes, I was gonna say, I know that all your samples don't take you that long. I've heard of your other samples, and I know some of those, like you said, take you about 4 or 5 hours. So you know, gotta just keep that balance, I guess, between you know, doing what you love and making those crazy samples, but then also, you know, making the simple stuff for placements as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you tell us about the Tory Lanez record as well? I know that's a super special one, Queen and Slim.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of beautiful because like I had a friend over, Tito's, Oh No Thai. Check him out. He's like one of my favorite. And I don't know, he's a little bit weird because he's the most talented producer I know, and I had to sort of force him to make an Instagram. He's like super, super low key.
Okay.
So yeah, check out Ono Tai. He's the greatest.
Okay,
He was over, and he's like such a beautiful singing voice. My favorite voice in the universe. And we were just fucking around. I was playing like some super basic chords on the guitar. He just mumbled over it. We did like a little bit of processing to the vocals. Guitar is sort of, you know, no crazy shit going on there as well. Added some guitar melodies, sort of like tucked in the background, nothing, you know, too out there.
Okay.
So it's basically just like a very simple chord progression with beautiful vocals with like some processing going on. And yeah, we were just getting some food after that day of recording. We were like, one of those days. I don't think we made anything special today. And we were just, yeah, we were kind of bummed. We were like, man, like usually when we, you know, meet up, we make like 3 to 5, 6 samples, I guess.
Okay, I get it.
So we were like going through them, and we were like, I'm not sure if anything of that is, you know, crazy. But yeah, again, like it's always the ones that you don't really expect. Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, we sent it to Des as well for the people who wonder, you know, how that came about. He sent it to Foreign Tech. And then same thing, we heard they were recording to it, didn't hear from them at all. And then like the night before it dropped, like literally 6 hours, they were like, yo, we need your, you know, we need the paperwork done. It's coming out in like a couple of hours.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's the same thing every single time. It's like they have all the time in the world, and then like 6 hours before release. But, you know, I take it.
Yeah, the classic story, but it's a good problem to have at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
I know you're not complaining.
I'm not complaining at
all. My brother Lou, do you mind just getting to some of the breakdowns then? I know that people are excited. If there's any samples or any Kingsway pieces that you'd like to break down.
I would love to, but here's the problem. I just updated to Monterey. I don't know why. I think like one program stopped working.
No problem. If there's anything that you have, it doesn't have to be anything specific.
I have
works,
I have the So Stressed sample, I think. But the problem is if I add the plugins,
yeah,
it
doesn't have to be any of the records. As we discussed before, it could be Kingsway, it could be anything. Yeah.
Let me check if I have like drum loops, Q beats, talk to them, splice. I'm working on Splice Pack right now, so that's why it says Splice.
Exclusive.
Yes, Sersky. That's why it says spliced in the name. So Stressed. I mean, wait, I can show you the So Stressed sample, but like the plugins, they don't load because of the Monterey update. So it won't be So Stressed.
It won't be processed, but at least we can, it still says the plugin names, right? So you can just say, hey, for this, I use this and this and whatever, you know?
I don't think so. No? I had to take them.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. You can just show them the sample here, and then we can move on to like a Kingsway breakdown or something.
Yeah. Wait, is Logic gone again? Oh no, it's loading. It's loading a new one. Talk to him. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go through. Do you hear the audio?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So yeah, very basic. I think there's the stems are back here. Nothing crazy going on, I think. Oh yeah, and some more guitars. So basically, it's just like the flute, and I think I merged it, so that's why it's one track. Oh shit! Wait. Let me.
Just having a little bit of technical difficulties, guys. We're gonna fix it right now. I think the screen is frozen.
Wait.
Oh, I think it's good now.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go, Lou.
Okay. Everyone still. Okay. So yeah, that's basically just the. Did I have the same problem?
I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, on the Twitch. On the Twitch is good. On the Discord it looks weird, but don't worry about that.
Right. I'm just.
Can you guys let us know in the chat if everything is fine while we're playing the first part of the sample? If you guys can hear it. And... That's good.
So I'm not sure. Is everyone?
We're good. Sorry about that, Lou. That's all right.
Okay, no worries. Okay, and that's, I mean, very basic chords, just a flute melody. I think I just merged it. And then usually what I do is like I do a lot of volume automations for like bounce. So let's play it unprocessed. So yeah, just adding volume automations on the one, for a little bit more bounce, and then also adding like a high cut that's automated. Wait, it's doing. So what I love to do is just adding like a channel EQ, and then what you can do in Logic is you can go in latch mode and basically while the sample is playing, just draw in automations. And then it just basically records all of the stuff that you do, and then just go back to read, and then you can go really crazy with the live EQ and having, you can do like certain bends at one part and then just cut out the low end at one part, so it can give a lot of life and texture to your samples. So it's not just like a Yeah, for sure. On Discord? Give me a second, guys. I think I'll just have to stop my screen sharing for a second. Okay. Discord. Wait. It's not showing up Logic. Let me save the project and close Logic, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yo, my boy Danny Quella in the chat now.
Is there like any question from the chat so far, so we can
I mean, if you want, we could give them that option for now.
Sure.
Hey guys,
we can figure out the technical difficulties in the meantime.
yeah, as we're figuring out the technical difficulties, if you guys want, drop some questions in the chat, and Lou will answer them for you guys while we figure this out. They're asking, do you prefer backflips or front flips?
Oh, it's like a very deeply philosophical question.
Yep.
And I think I'm more of a backflip kind of person. And I'm wondering what that says about me. Yeah, what are you, Otto? Are you a front flip or a backflip kind of person?
Man, I think I would get an injury if I tried either, but I would do the front flip just because it seems easier.
For sure. I mean, yeah, front flip is kind of cool as well. So I'm not judging the front flip crowd here.
No, you can't hate on that, man.
It's a legit flip for sure.
Let's see. Oh, how did you get your name? That's a really good question, actually. I've been wondering that too.
It's from that I told you earlier about the A$AP Rocky mixtape.
Okay.
That got me into production. And there was this one guy who produced like 2-3 beats on that, who was called Beautiful Lou. And I was taking a good look in the mirror, and I was like, I guess we're going with Stoopid Lou.
I like the way you spelled stupid though. It's super creative.
Yeah, I was thinking about I need something that's SEO friendly, and if you have like very because like sometimes I see producer names and it's just like so hard to Google. Like produced by Fire Beats, and I'm like, bro, how is anyone gonna find you? So yeah, I was trying to finesse a way for it to be easier to find on Google.
Okay, I thought you just did it because it's a cooler way to spell it, but that makes sense.
That's if that's what you want to believe.
Oh, you're always strategic. I like it. That's probably why things are working out for you.
I definitely take it. Okay, I'm opening up Logic again. Let me check.
Give it another try.
Okay, Logic is open. I'm going to Discord, trying to share the screen again. No, it's just not showing up. Can I maybe just share the entire screen and then just switch to Logic with that? Or does that not work with the sound then?
Let's try it. It should be good as long as you're still sharing sound.
Okay, going live. Oh no, I'm gone, right?
See, should be good. Just loading for me.
How does it look?
I still can't see it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't see it.
Listen. Yeah, I see it now. I see it. You know what, man? Should we just skip to the Q&A if the screen sharing is not working?
Yeah, oh man, my bad, guys. I would love to share some of the source. I think definitely.
I have an idea, Lou. If you want, we can just talk about some go-to plugins you have. What your workflow is like. Maybe we can get inspiration from that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
I think like one of the biggest sources gems I can give out is definitely like automations. And what you can do, you can basically automate everything. You can add like pre-delay times, you can add like chorus depth, and you can have like the most basic chord progression and then just go crazy on the automations to make the sample live or feel more alive. And that's usually something that I do in most of my samples, is just like start with something very basic, but like that makes sense to people or to yourself also, just like a chord progression that feels nice. And then from there, just go crazy on the automations until it sounds like freaky. And then just add add stuff until it feels too crowded.
What were some of the things you said you were automating when we had the Logic open earlier? I think you were talking about
I'm definitely like automating EQs quite a lot.
EQs. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, so you can, EQ like the high cut. You can even do like little bells that just show up on like one note. It's like something that I saw on I took a bit in beats.
Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
yeah,
cool. Because like EDM people are like the craziest producers out there. They run victory laps around those trap guys.
100%.
There's no comparing to how crazy they can finesse the door.
Yeah,
And they basically had like problems with the vocal melody coming through. So they basically just added a bunch of highs for like the last word. And it was like sort of such a revelatory, thing to see that you can, you don't always have to, set and forget compressors to make everything audible type shit. You can really carve out the space you want at that specific time. So yeah, shout out to what's their, I forget the names now.
Mike
Like
Posner and the
Mike Posner and like two Sep.
oh, Avicii? No, not Avicii. Who produced
It's like
it?
just two Swedish 40-year-old guys. SEEB or SEB, I'm not sure. Wait, who's saying I made up 50 words? All of those words are in the dictionary. Come on, man.
Luke, I have a question for you, actually. Can you tell us about your master's in psychology and, how you balanced that with music, and if it helped you with music in any way or if it hindered your music?
I did a master's in philosophy and English.
My apologies.
Yes, no, it was, I'm not sure. It definitely didn't help. It was like the worst experience ever.
Okay. But how did you balance it?
I would say definitely like what helped is to, because right now I basically wake up and I'm a musician, and it's hard to find structure. And with like the university, it was very easy to be like, I wake up, I have like 6 hours of university, and then my day was very structured that way.
Yep.
So that was definitely like a huge help, but also was taking away a lot of my mental capacities and creativity. So that was a bummer for sure. But I think maybe on some very unscientific type shit, I always feel like I can think more clearly when I read or think about stuff outside of music, because when I only think about music, my head tends to get kind of cloudy. So yeah, just having think about stuff that's not music definitely helped a ton to keep my mind I feel like flexible.
Yeah, like keeping you busy and having that critical thinking going on with the school. You're saying it also helped you.
Yeah, for sure.
Stay sharp for music.
Yeah, for sure.
Well. Okay.
Yeah, and now it's such a relief to have like finished university, because like I definitely like want to become one of the greatest producers of all time and be relevant in like 30 years time, but like there's just no telling if I just won't be in touch with like hip hop music in like 10 years.
Yeah.
I have the ambition, but honestly, who can tell? Maybe I would be like, yo, those kids on TikTok, I just don't get it. And then instead of being like a reverse engineering 40-year-old has been trying to keep up with the kids type situations, and I will just be happy living like a life where I feel like I'm not playing a role.
100%.
But the plan is definitely to age like Pharrell and just get better with time.
Yep.
Yeah, but like it's definitely like giving me a lot of comfort to know I have that safety net to fall back onto should I get out of touch or lose my magic touch in the software.
100%. I don't think that will ever happen, and I don't think you'll ever have to try to stay relevant with the times. You're not. I don't see you as a type of producer that has to copy a certain type of sound or try to make a certain type of sample. You already have your own sound. I think if you just keep developing that, I think people will keep coming to you for that.
Oh, my man.
The long run as well.
Bless your soul. Thank you so much.
100%, man. And I think now we can get to the Q&A. I think the people have you know, a lot that they'd like to know about Stoopid Lou. I know we already got to a couple of questions, so we'll do a couple more and then we can wrap it up, Lou.
Yes, Sarsky, let's do it. I'm stoked.
Daniel East, like the philosophical sauce from Lou. We appreciate that, my boy.
Let's go.
We have someone asking, who's your favorite German artist and why is it Soli?
Listen, the way I knew Soli was special is I heard a song they recorded in the studio, same night, same mic, same preamp, same settings. And this guy, you know, like the depth in his vocals, you know, like the dynamics, the textures, the believability in his, you know, vocal presence.
Yeah.
That was something that was like taken aback by. I was like, okay, crazy. He's, you know, there were levels. You know, some people can rap and then there's just like superstars. And that was like a moment where I was like, man, I'm sitting on Bitcoin 2012 type shit. I was like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. You know, like sometimes you have those people where you're like, okay, this is same thing I had with like Candy Child. I listened to like some of his samples and was like, okay, this is, you know, this is not just good.
Yeah.
This is generational talent. And that's sort of what I feel about Soli.
No, it's always special finding somebody that early and you know, seeing and discovering that type of talent. That
for
can,
sure.
You know, be one of the best artists in the world.
Yeah. What's that question by BN, by the way? My guy Benny.
The question was from I'm trying to scroll up, but it was a while ago. Yeah, I'm not finding
okay it. No worries at all. No worries. I just want to give a shout out to my boy Benny, one of my favorite producers in the world.
Shout out Benny, man, the homie. The next question is, how were you introduced to Boslin and how was it working with him and his team?
Man, that was like such a lucky coincidence. I was working with like Özcan, Oscar and Sahin. Yeah. The legend. And I think like he just found us through like the drum broker pack. And he was like, yo, fire, let's work. And I just sent him a bunch of samples. And then he was like, I'm tapped in with this like new Canadian artist I really believe in. And I think back and that time he had like 300 monthly listeners.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yo, that's cool. You know, it wasn't Drake. So I was like, yo, that's cool. He sounds nice.
Yeah.
But, you know, like the Soli situation, there's just some people who have it in them.
Yep.
And then just seeing the growth, that was like crazy. But yeah, that was just like, you know, small placements is really where it's at. You know, we're all chasing like the same 3 records, you know, the same, you know, Thuggers, Drakes, Travis records.
Yep.
Spots on those records are so limited. And, you know, you can work. I have like people who really want, you know, to be on Drake records and all they do for like a year is focus on a Drake record. And I feel like you can get a much bigger return on investment if you also work with like smaller artists. Because like some of the people, you know, who have like 300 monthly listeners right now as we speak are the next Drakes, you know, are the next Travises. So you know, that was definitely like one of the situations where like, yeah, place, time, luck, and then just working with like small artists. And, you know, one of those cats is going to explode.
100%. And, you know, it doesn't have to take long. Sometimes it's even 1 year where they go from being the 300 monthly listeners to being, you know, top 50 on Spotify. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Don't sleep on the artists around you guys. Let's see what else they want. I don't know if I want to look at this question. Does Lou believe loop makers deserve more than 10%? If you don't want to answer that, you don't have to.
It's totally good. No, I think like a good rule of thumb is always to, you know, I don't know, just be fair.
Yeah.
So I always start from like 50-50 as sort of like, you know, a starting point. And then I'm like, yo, if you had to travel to the session, if you had to pay for the studio time, if you had to do like all of the editing and mastering yourself, then of course I don't need, you know, I didn't do 50% of the work.
Yep.
So we can talk about it. But yeah, so like 50-50 is the starting point. I always try to be fair. I always try to not get fucked, and then just see where we can meet eye to eye.
I think
And
that's cool.
yeah, so like there's no rule to it. It's really just about, you know, what feels like a fair compensation for the work that we did on the final song. And you know, the work on the final song is not only the music, it's not only music and drums. It's also about, you know, getting the placement, getting to the session, doing 10 mix revisions for the label, because it's a singer. You know, I definitely, you know, because my whole approach is always like, if we can make one song, we can make 10 songs. So instead of squeezing anything out of one song and being greedy, I just try to find like a you know, compromise that's fair to both of us, and then just keep it moving. You know, work on 10 songs that will feed, you know, my family, rather than just squeezing, you know, for like a one advance.
Yeah. So I guess it's situational. You know, on you know, what you deserve and what's in the situation. 50-50 is usually a good starting point, but yeah, I think a lot of things can be taken into consideration as long as it's fair to you, and you know, you get the work that you put in for.
Yeah, for sure.
Paid back 100%. Does anybody else have any other questions? I think there's one more question here. I think we can do this one and then wrap it up. And I think you kind of already answered this, but maybe this viewer wasn't here at the time. I think you can just give a quick little rundown. How's your general workflow when creating samples, and where do you live in Germany?
I'm from Berlin, and the general workflow is like different every single time, I would guess. There's no blueprint.
Okay.
I would say like 80% of the time I'm starting with chords. I feel like that's where the emotion is. You know, if the chord's going to like a nice place, and it makes, you know, just triggers some emotions, that's usually I can work from there. And then just, yeah, basically I always try to find like a solid, good musical idea. So that might be like a melody or like a chord. And then I just try to, you know, work the software until it makes me go, hey, what's that? You know, that sounds kind of crazy.
Okay. Okay. So finding the general concept with the melody, the top line, or a chord progression, and then from there to processing until you're like, whoa, like this might be a record. Okay.
And yeah, I find it hard to start from sounds. You know, sounds can be really inspiring. If you have like a crazy sound, you know, your hands just fall into the right places.
Yes, yes.
So like a good sound can always be, you know, a good starter for like a sample. But I just, you know, for my workflow, I just find myself starting with chords like 80% of the time.
Like a piano or guitar chords or something?
Yeah, mostly something very bland, like a piano or guitar. Nothing that has like too much shit going on already. I want to be able to, you know, really listen to the musical essence of the sample. Okay. And not have it overcrowded by, you know, like Omnisphere presets who do like all of these different slides in the background, and you're not fully sure what the actual chords are doing.
I get it. So you like to still leave room for the artist and keep it relatively simple.
I mean, I do like to go crazy sometimes, but I just want to make sure like the musical essence, you know, the chords, melodies, they are strong enough to carry themselves on their own without crazy sounds.
I get it. I get it.
And once you figure that out, you can either keep it simple or go really crazy. But like, even if you go crazy, those, you know, yeah, the essence should still be, you know, at the heart of it.
100% makes sense, brother. I guess that wraps up our episode of Spill Your Sauce. It was truly a pleasure, you know, having you on the platform today, Lou. We really appreciate it. If you can just let everyone know. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm a big fan, and now that I have Discord set up, I definitely want to chime in every single week, man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Do you want to just let the people know where they can find you?
Definitely. Mostly I'm Stoopid Lou beats, because like Stoopid Lou is always gone. That's fucked up. Yeah, but yeah, just type in Stoopid Lou and you'll find me.
Oh yeah, everyone tap in with my boy Stoopid Lou. Lou, we really appreciate you once again. Everybody tap in with Lou.
Thank you so much for having me, everyone.
Yes, sir.